Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to episode number 58 of our Your Next Level Community Mastermind. Our topic for today is, what are your clients' three biggest problems? Okay, and the people we got with us today will contribute their thoughts on that particular topic, but even more importantly, they're going to share with you some thoughts about what they can do for you. So if you are watching this either on YouTube, via my email list, in our YouTube community, wherever it is, please look for the links under this video, because these people are making themselves available, their time, their expertise, and their experience. And you do not have to go through any gatekeepers. You can get direct access to them. And you'll see what they're all about as you watch their 60-second little promotions. But you know what? They can do a lot more than what they're doing in that 60 seconds. So I strongly encourage you to reach out to each and every one of them and at least get to know them. Build a friendship with them. You never know where you could go in this world in terms of your business, okay? So without any further ado, let me start the promotions by Pat Dry. Let me start with you, followed by Carol Davies.
Thank you, Peter. Hi, everybody. I'm Pat Dreyer, and I'm in network marketing with My Daily Choice. And I show people how to attain freedom through residual income. And we offer a turnkey business. You can start it for free, and you can actually start earning a check as early as next Thursday. Now, why do I do this? There's a lot of people out there that are struggling and looking for change in their life, and they want more time with their family and friends and more money to do what they want to do. And I'm here to show them exactly how to do it. Now, I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, but we have both physical and digital products, so we serve most areas of the world. Now, if you can do me a huge favor, what I need this week, everyone knows someone who wants or needs change in their life. And if you know anyone who wants to learn how to make an extra $600 on up to a six-figure income, just send them my way and we'll teach them everything they want to know. And this ending's for Carol. Thank you, Peter.
Well done, Pat. Carol Davies, followed by Sandy Murray. Over to you, Carol.
Thanks so much, Peter. It's always a pleasure to be at these meetings because I get to have bright, shining faces in front of me, and it gets my day off to a great start. So I'm Carol Davies. I'm located in London, Canada, which is near Toronto. And we do have a Thames River actually in London, but not the big bridges that they have. So I'm a success mindset coach, and I work with women entrepreneurs who are feeling stressed out and overwhelmed with everything going on, feeling like life's out of control. And what I do is work with them to get a personalized roadmap so that they can find out what really excites them in life and what they want to do. And together we drop some easy plan for them to go forward with joy and ease and have the very best life possible. So I'm really excited to do that, and I hope that I can share that with you.
Thank you very much, Carol, and beautifully said, by the way. And we'll come back to you a little later on because Carol is doing our practical advice segment. Penny Kennedy, followed by Jeff Field.
Good day, everyone. My name is Penny Kennedy, and I am associated with the company Modere. What I do is I help people live a cleaner, healthier lifestyle. And why I do that is because I have a passion for life in general. I like to see people live the best life pain-free as much as possible. I am located in Saskatchewan, Canada, but we serve globally. And this week I am looking to connect with you just to get to know you, to see if we can help you in any way or build a friendship even. That would be fabulous. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Penny. And everyone will reach out to you because you always make everybody happy. No doubt about that. Okay, Jeff Veal, followed by Martin Canas. Over to you, Jeffrey.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Jeff Veal. The company name is thebusinessgurus.com.au. We're a digital marketing company, and we help people to grow their business, get leads, and get results. Why do I do it? I've been doing marketing for over 45 years and love to see people get a result. Location, we're based with a big team here in Manila in the Philippines, but we serve most English-speaking countries. This week, I'm looking for anyone who's interested in automation. We can get you potentially 50 new clients every night while you're asleep. You just press a button, go to sleep, wake up in the morning, you've got 50 new people plus to talk to. Thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you, Jeff. 50 and 50, eh?
More.
Wow. Marlon, nice to see you again, my man. Marlon, followed by, we'll try Sandy Murray again. Marlon first.
Nice to see you again too, Peter. Hi everyone, I'm Marlon Cañas. I'm a tech and design VA. I basically help entrepreneurs grow their business by building high converting websites, funnels, and landing pages for their business. I am located in the Philippines, like Jeff here, but most of my clients come from the United States and Canada. This week, I'm looking for more friends. I'm so lonely.
Marlon, that is beautiful, because that's the best way to build a business. That is really clever. Really clever. I hope you get as many friends as possible. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Fred Gillen, followed by Yvonne Jones.
Hi everyone, Fred Gillen from More Marketing Ideas. That's the name of my business, and that's what I do. I give small business owners more marketing ideas, and one of those ideas is the 2022 Community Networking Project, where we help businesses get referral partners, and that's the focus of it. So we have meetings weekly to help you communicate with other like-minded business owners, share your knowledge, share your wisdom, and learn from them. And if anybody's interested in that, my details will be in the chat. As I said, we meet 3 times a week, and it started in January, and it's a growing community of like-minded individuals doing something similar to what we're doing here. So Fred Gillen from More Marketing Ideas.
Thank you very much, Fred. And I can't recommend it more highly. Fred is doing a fantastic job over there. Okay, Yvonne Jones, followed by Shashir.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. I am Yvonne A. Jones of 50andwisercoaching.com. What I do that I want to speak about specifically today is that I am your client retention specialist, your client relations specialist, and what I do is I help you retain your clients as well as your employees if you have employees. And I do this because I know this is something that is so critical to businesses. It's something I've been passionate about since I was 16 years old. And I've seen it work through working for others as well as working for myself. I'm located in Central Florida, USA. I work with individuals throughout the world. And this week specifically, I'm looking for people in the United States and Canada, especially regarding my business. And the last part of what I'm looking for really is for individuals who have a passion in their business to be a guest on my show, Everyday Passions. Several of you in this group have already been guests. I would love to have more in this group. Thank you.
Thank you, Yvonne. And by the way, I saw just today on Google, in the year 2020, the actual turnover rate in middle management in the United States was 57.3%. When you're talking about employee retention, that's incredible. Is that figure right?
Yeah, I'd expect the turnover now, because it's not like people hang around jobs anymore. They don't. Like, they look for better opportunities and move on. So I'd expect that to be correct, yeah.
Anyway, okay. Shashir, welcome again. Looking forward to hearing what you have to say, followed by Joy Healy. Over to you, Shashir.
Thank you very much, Peter. I appreciate being in your company. Looks like a bunch of very good people here. My background, I was born in Africa, Indian origin, educated in England, made my money in Canada. At the age of 53, I was able to retire. Since then, I have been doing nothing but giving back. I sat on the board of Heart and Stroke Foundation, one of the largest charities in Canada. I sit on a board of retired CEO executives and entrepreneurs, and we help businesses as volunteers and meet 2 clients a week. And usually they have the same issues that you guys will be discussing. They range anywhere from solopreneurs to multi-million-dollar companies, and we become their external boards. Quite often, small, medium enterprises can't afford boards, and we in one room are able, or one in Zoom room, are able to accommodate their needs and quite often give them that guidance, the leaning shoulder, a sounding board. And quite often, that's one of the most fulfilling side of my life. Looking at the balance sheet no longer turns me on. Helping others certainly does. Thank you.
Thank you very much this year. Would you mind putting into the chat area any links that you would have, especially with the Heart and Stroke Foundation?
I will.
Anything
Thank
you
you.
wish, because I use all those links and I put them into the description area underneath the YouTube version of this mastermind, okay?
Will do. Thank you.
Thank you and welcome again. Great to have you. I hope you can join us more often. Joy Healy, followed by Santa Claus.
Hello, I'm Joy Healy from joyhealy.com, and what I do is I show people how to avoid the mistakes that tripped me up when I first started in online, especially in affiliate marketing, which is what I started out doing. First, I do it because at first I thought that I was the only one not making a lot of money, and I was a bit peeved about this because I've got years and years of experience in computers, but I thought it would be easy. But what I didn't bargain for is the sneaky tactics that some of the big marketers are using out there. I'm located in Norwich in the UK, and this week I'm looking for people who want to start an online business full-time or part-time, where 95% of the technical work has been done from them by our support team. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joy, and very well presented. Anthony Pacelli, followed by Ashwin.
Wonderful, wonderful to see everyone. Let me ask you, who do you know that would love a visit from Santa? I'm coordinating visits from Santa, not just for Christmas, but all year round via Zoom. Do you know someone that has a youngster, a niece, or a nephew, or a grandchild that would love a visit with Santa and could use a mid-year check-in, a birthday greeting, or a special message from Santa? I love those meetings. I work with kids from 1 to 92. Just message me for more details. And you can visit my website as well. I'll have it here in the chat as well here. But I so look forward to speaking with you and visiting with everyone.
Thank you very much, Anthony. He's a hard act to follow, Ashwin, but it's over to you. Ashwin.
Yeah, he's very good. He's very good, I must say. Yes, very good.
Over to
you. My name is Afshin Noohi. I'm located in Richmond Hill, Ontario. The way I can help you is that if you're looking for abundance of customers, you can have it by having a customized marketing system for your business that affordably provides an abundance of leads. And I guarantee the work also. And now we are focused on healthcare professionals like chiropractors, dentists, to help them with their businesses. That's it.
That's it? Okay. Yep. Thank you, Ashwin, very much indeed. John Allen. Lucky last, my man.
Hi, everyone. My name is John Allen with Allen Small Business Coaching. I help struggling service-based businesses and entrepreneurs whose their marketing and advertising isn't giving them the results they want. Now, I do this by showing them a few simple strategies that can improve their marketing so they can attract their ideal clients, make more sales and larger sales, and build the business of their dreams. Today, what I'm looking for is somebody that's struggling, not to try to sell them, sit down and have a conversation to see if there's any way that I can help. I'm located in southwestern Ontario, close to London, where Carol's from, the one without the big bridge and the big clock, and work with any English-speaking countries in the world. So, if you know somebody that's struggling and would just like to have a quick chat, by all means, let's talk. Thanks, Peter.
Thank you very much, John, and thank you, everybody, for your contributions there. Please, for those people who are watching the replay, please make sure you check these links out. Every single one of them, every single one of these people has something of value. So I would strongly suggest you make the opportunity available. Okay. Now, before we start the topic for today, two things. First of all, I've got the following apologies from people who are always supportive of us. Marcus Newcomb can't make it today. Sherry Bennett, who is a good friend of Shashir, by the way. Sherry can't make it today. Pat Kern, he's gone to Las Vegas, I think, for a convention or a master or something. Good luck to him. Yogesh Kapoor and Janet Pacelli, okay? So they're the apologies for today. And before we start looking at the topic for today, I'd like to put the floor over to Carol Davies, who's going to provide a segment on practical advice from her area of expertise and experience. So thank you very much, Carol. Over to you.
Well, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak today, Peter. What I thought I would concentrate on today is some tips on how you can be happier in your daily life. What I want to do is to start out first to see how do we tune into ourselves to make ourselves important. Like, have you ever felt that you are spinning too many plates in the air? Do you struggle with making progress in your life? Do you feel blocked? Do you sometimes feel trapped and that you've got no way out? These are very common feelings that we may all experience in our daily life or business. So if you have problems like that, you can maybe say that, what would be some signs that are telling me I've got these problems? It could be things like, problems with sleep, unexplainable aches and pains, free-floating or long existing anxiety, feeling overwhelmed, unmotivated, unfocused, memory or concentration problems, and so you find yourself making bad decisions. Well, if you resonate with any of what I've said, I used to have a lot of the symptoms I described just a minute or so ago. And it's not a great feeling to have in life because you feel off balance, stressed, and just generally not knowing where you want to go. So what I'd like to do is just explain there's 2 or 3 things you can do to get yourself on the road again, and just take some time every day for yourself. I always start out every day with time in the morning to about 15 minutes or so, just to think about what I'm grateful for in the morning. I write things down in a gratitude journal, and I look that over sometimes. And then I take at least 5 to 10 minutes. Some people would call it meditation. I call it just reflecting on how I'm feeling right now, and I'm going to have a great day. I set that intention for myself. And then what I do is I take the time to really look what's going on in my life. And I like to work with my clients to help them, what I call define your ideal self. It's like, who would you or who would I like to be in the future? And I put down all the different traits and behaviors I want in my life. Now, you can do this anytime, and it may change several times because it defines the future you, and we're always changing, but it gives us a focus point to work from. And then the next thing I like to do is to help clients find what I call find your passion. It's like, just make a list of everything you would ever like to do, study, or even resume doing. Because if you think back to when you have your younger self, just think that, you know, everything was possible. You know, the sky was the limit. And I write that down. I sort of call it my bucket list of inspiration. And then I take a look at, well, what is holding me back right now? You know, maybe I don't like some of my personality traits, or maybe I don't know why I made some choices in the past, and I've still got a lot of regrets and feelings of being unworthy, but you can change at any time. And I try also not to compare myself to others, because this is so demotivating. What I try to do now is help myself or others, you know, shift my focus on where I am currently and how far I've come. Because I have to be honest with you, I really like the person I've become now. But if I look back to even 20 years ago, to the sad, you know, lonely person that I was, I just think, I wish I'd known then what I know now, and the tools that I've gained, you know, through self-study and working with mentors and coaches. And if you see yourself having a lot of these unhappy thoughts and you're just off balance, then I'd really love to get in contact with you and work with you to see, you know, like, could we work together, or is there something we could do to make your life a happier place to be? So if you're at all interested, please get in touch with me through my website, thepassionmotivator.com, or I'm also on Facebook, and I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Carol. And what a really interesting presentation. Thank you very much indeed. Okay.
Yeah, nice one, Carol.
You're going to do very well with this video marketing business. There's no doubt about that. We'll never shut you up. By the way, I love the concept about the ideal self. Very clever, very clever. All righty. Our topic for today, everybody, what are your clients' 3 biggest problems? Who would like to start us off?
Yeah, I've got.
Okay, Fred.
I think it's the standard problems. It's the leads, the conversions, and the retention, you know, and it's really what they need to focus on, because that's usually gets down to the nitty gritty of any business. And everybody thinks that they need more leads, but in some cases, the retention is probably more valuable to them, because if they keep their existing clients in place, it's less expenditure that they've got to do, both time, energy, and money to work with those clients. So, but a lot of businesses just put all the money into lead generation and then don't think about the conversions or what the next stage is when they get those leads. So that's really the 3, you know, it's lead generation, conversions, and retention.
Any comments on that? Well said, Fred, by the way. Any comments from other people? Leads, conversions, and retention.
You know, Fred, that's really important, because again, people look at, wow, I got all these likes or what have you, but how many are you actually converting? That makes your big difference. You can have a gazillion leads come in, but if you're not converting any, it's not doing you or your business any good. Good points. Thank you.
Thanks, John. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'd like to add to that. If you had a client who wasn't great, and he was getting, say, a conversion of 1 in 10, the way I would double his business is very simple. I'd either get him 20 leads instead of 10, then he'd get 2 clients, or I'd teach him how to get his conversions down to 30 or 40%. And conversions is very, very important. A lot of people don't look into that deeply enough, but that's what it's all about. In my case, what I did for years, and I was doing it for 20 years, I used to use, unbeknown to my client, I used to use Skype Recorder. and I recorded each and every sale I made, and I made a comment after. You can rename the recording, and I'd put like good sale or whatever I wanted to put, and I was able to use that as a sales aid my whole life. So it was great stuff. Thanks, guys.
Okay, was that your contribution, by the way, Jeff?
Not yet.
Oh, okay, I'll come back to you. Anyone else want to comment on what Fred had to say?
I love what Fred's, may I?
Yes, by all means.
Thank you. I love what you said, Fred. And what I think is so important and sometimes missing is that conversion is there, but then what are we doing with our clients after we convert them? What are we doing to retain them so that it does not continue to become like a revolving door where you're always having to be looking out for new clients? Of course, we're going to lose clients because of attrition or something, but what are we doing to keep them? So I like that. That's a part of what you identify as a problem and the strategies that are needed to retain those clients.
Thanks, Yvonne.
Okay, well said, Yvonne. Okay, who's next?
I'll go next.
All right, John.
The three biggest challenges that I find with the clients are A, they don't know how to get new clients. B, they don't know how to generate instant cash. You know, it's always out there somewhere. And the third thing is they don't know who to turn to when they need professional help. Now, the great part about all the people on this call is we can all help people in different ways. But there's so many people out there, they go look at their competition's website, to go look at whatever, say, well, gee, if that's what they're doing, that's what I got to do. You know, it's sad. And the other part is there's a ton of information out there online and all that. That's all garbage. And that's a scary part. And people a lot of times have been taken by these people that aren't genuine and what have you. So, you know, the biggest thing is be professional, be authentic in what you're doing with your clients, because that's what they need. They need our help, and be the best you can be. Thank you, Peter.
Thanks, John. Interesting point when you mentioned cash flow, because cash flow can impact on you and the way you actually connect and build relationships with people. Because if you're too darn desperate, you'll be pretty obvious when you think about it, right? So that's an important point. Well said. Who's next?
Me.
Joy.
Well, the problem that I find people have got is it really follows on from what John was saying, because they understand the concept that they've not got much money, or their retirement income isn't what they hoped it would be. And they think, oh, right, I'll start a part-time business, and they go on and they make money online or run a part-time business, and they find a load of cheap, shiny objects that promise the earth, or they might even have spent money on high-ticket products and they've not had success. And what happens is, and I know this because it's what I did, and it's the route that I went. And, you know, I just think of myself as moderately intelligent, but yet I got sucked into it. I sort of suspended common sense because it was online. So people have bought few shiny objects, and now they're very wary of anything that's put in front of them, and they don't realise all the technical parts that you need to actually get going online, and the shiny objects don't work. And that's what I felt. So that's my experience.
Thank you, Joy. By the way, you hit a nerve there when you talked about shiny object syndrome. I bet everyone in the room probably fallen for that thing.
Yes.
But I can clearly remember I've got two hands in the air. I'm saying guilty as charged, sir. Okay. I remember investing $35,000 into one of these systems, right? $35,000. Oh, think what I could do in the village with that money, right? $35,000 because I fell for a sales page. The people who wrote that sales page must be brilliant, because I thought I was pretty smart, but they sold me.
Peter, are they still around, Peter?
No.
No?
No. No, they were taken offline by the law. I was out. I got out of it before then. Thank goodness. I got my money back. To be quite frank. Okay.
Oh, that's good.
But it's not a topic that we should talk about publicly. To be quite frank, I'm happy to talk about privately. But yeah, I got sucked in well and truly. So thanks, Joy. Shiny objects.
That is not just
Wow.
me.
Yes.
Okay. Jeff, I cut you off before you. I think you want to speak next.
No problem. Okay.
Over to you.
Okay. Here we go. Clients' biggest problems. I've got a few here. I've probably got 5. I'll do them very quickly. Number one, they think too small. I had a good buddy years ago who had a very small trucking company and moving like freight around Sydney, and he had 2 trucks, and he said, "Oh, I'm gonna get 4," and I said, "You're kidding me or what?" I said, "What about Lindsay Fox?" I said, "Why can't you get 40? What's this 4 business? Why would you stop at 4?" He said, "Oh, 4 is a lot." I said, 40 is the same headaches. So in turn, he ended up going Australia-wide, ended up with 200 trucks over a 3-year period. So that was his case, thinking too small, and you're all guilty of it. You don't realise your potential. You got to think bigger. It's got to scare you. All right. So stop thinking small. A lot of people we comes into the next part. They won't invest in themselves. They think, "Oh, it's going to cost money." I just know, I don't know, can't speak for you people, but I know so many of my clients and potential clients, they tell me about all this free software they've got. A lot of these programs are great when you start, if they're free, but move up a grade, move up to the one you really need with the extra features, right? If it's making you money, go to the next step, go to the next level. A friend of mine said years ago, and I never forgot this, he said it only costs twice as much to fly first class. And he also said, how much are you going to leave in the bank when you go? So I hope nothing. But anyway, next, they won't do the work. A lot of clients, you'll give them the recipe, show them what to do, and then they want you to do it for them, and you can't do that. They've got to do some work. They've got to invest in themselves and put in some time and effort, right? Which leads me to the next one. A lot of them have got no focus. That's my favourite F word, is focus. You need focus. I'm guilty of that big time. So I've got a timer on my desk, and if I'm going to start a task, what I do, I say, "Oh, how long will that take?" "Oh, 30 minutes. And I'll cheat. I'll put my timer on 45 minutes. Then it goes off. I feel guilty. I have not done that 30-minute task in that 40-minute time frame. So I just reset the clock and go again. And it keeps me, on the ball somewhat. Last one. This is not knocking anyone who sells candles, but a lot of people don't have a business. They've got a hobby. Like, I'm making this up, the lady who sells candles down at the local market on the weekends, that's terrific and good for her. It's an outlet, but it's not a business. It's a hobby, right? So either turn the hobby into a business or keep it as a hobby and know that it is a hobby. That's my wrap up, guys. Thanks.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Well said. Thinking small and focused, 2 big issues, no doubt about that. Well done, well said. If you'd like to contribute.
I want to go.
Okay, Santa.
Well, with me, it's a little bit different because what the things that I've come up with is for what my clients are looking for. They're looking for authenticity. Okay, and I think that can relate to everyone. They want someone who's authentic in what you're presenting them and what you're working with, and trustworthiness. Okay, you present yourself as trustworthiness, because I have to be able to present myself as being trustworthy enough to be able to sit with the children and to be there as Santa for all these strangers. And then the third thing I think of is engaging. Because you want to be engaging. You want to create those relationships. You want to be able to have those conversations and be able to pull all the things out, unlike the one little boy that I had visited last year, who as soon as he saw Santa, it turned into a confessional. "Oh, Santa, it was so bad. I did this to my mom. I did this to my dad. Oh, my brother and my dog," and all this other stuff. But, but you want to be able to have that relationship with whoever it is, to be able to open up and pull out, you know, the form, the family, the occupation, the recreation, and their dream forward, excuse me, their dreams, and be able to talk with them about that, and be able to you know, create that in-depth relationship so that you can take business further.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you very much indeed. When you mentioned the word engagement, can you just share a little bit more what you meant by that?
Engaging. Well, for me to be engaging with the kids, I have to be able to, like, for instance, with the children and or with if the parents are there, find out, you know, I have a little survey that I have parents fill out beforehand, but I have to be able to be relatable to them enough so that they would be, so they can share with me their most inner wishes and what their wants, and to be able to find out more about, you know, because a lot of Santas just say, what do you want for Christmas? I ask the kids, how's school? What's your favorite subject? What do you like most about your subject? What is it that you like about your teacher? You know, your teacher is so-and-so, so I get the teacher's name. What do you like about your teacher? What is it? Do you like the best, you know, and it's a matter of conversation and pulling out those information, asking the right questions. And it's just asking the questions to make them more, more, you know, that gives it more engaging, and so that they feel more comfortable about what it is that we're talking about.
So if I understand you correctly, when we talk about a topic, what are your clients' 3 biggest problems? In your case, you're talking about the children, right?
Well, the children, or the children,
and
what it is,
and their parents,
and their parents, yeah.
And there's some real messages in what you just shared there, because the same thing applies to a whole lot of other things, right?
Oh, exactly. I mean, it is, and it's something that we take across all fields, and that, you know, to create, ask the right questions, you know, and it's about pulling information out of people who aren't really ready to give you that information, you know. So when I ask a kid, you know, when I first started asking the kids about school, they were like, why do you want to know about my school? Well, because I'm interested in you and you becoming the best person that you can be. What's your favorite subject? You know, you'd be surprised how many kids love math. It's amazing. It's amazing how many kids, they just love the subject of math. And it's like, well, what is it about it? Well, it's just fascinating. I just love I love the numbers and how I can manipulate them and how I can make them work and how they work in this and how they can figure out that and all this. I'm like, oh, I'm looking at engineers, I'm looking at architects, you know, and all this stuff. And, you know, it's like, wow, these kids, they've really got it going on.
One last question to you, do you mind? I mean, I don't have the chance to interview Santa Clauses.
Please.
When you're asking the children the questions, can the parents hear what you are asking them, or do you whisper?
Oh, most definitely. Oh, no, most definitely. No, the parents are always within earshot, and I always end our conversations with and do this for Santa and for mom and dad. Practice your listening skills. You know, practice you, because you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Don't use it, and don't use those gifts in that in the opposite order. You know, you have 2 ears. Listen. Don't let mom and dad tell you 3, 4, 5 times to do something. Do it right away. And you know how many parents just absolutely love to hear that coming from Santa, and it's this, and the kids, because it's coming from Santa, they tend to listen more and they pay attention, because here's Santa telling me, oh boy, I really got to do better, you know, and I know I can listen better, and I know I can do better, and they say, oh, they all do, and the parents are just, you know, ecstatic. But the parents are always listening, they're always within earshot, and when I talk out loud, no whispering. Very few kids these days sit on Santa's lap, but they stand in front of Santa and Santa talks with them. So the whispering doesn't really happen too much, unless a kid wants to whisper something to Santa, but then I'll kind of say it, look in the parent's direction and say it out loud. But, you know, it's or not exactly what they asked, but, you know, try to give them an answer in reference to that, so the parents know what's going on, you know, and sometimes being in that position, you know, of trustworthiness and authenticity, you get difficult questions. Can you help mom and dad? They're having a hard time right now. You know, oh, grandma died. Can you bring her back? You know, I miss my grandma. And I said, yeah, you know, and it's some things that you just have to on the fly be able to handle, to help the kids feel more comfortable with how they're feeling and how they to help them understand what's going on.
Anthony, thank you very much for sharing. That was extremely valuable. Thank you so much. We can use a lot of that in our businesses in the everyday that we deal with people, because there's no doubt about it. Out of the mouths of children, you get the truth. There's no doubt about that.
Oh my goodness, yes. Out of the mouths of babes.
Out of the mouths of babes. Thank you very much indeed. Who'd like to go next?
Very welcome.
Yeah, go next.
I do.
Okay.
Who was who?
Yvonne, I think.
Afshin.
Okay.
It's okay. I'll go after Shashir.
Shashir, over to you, because it's your first time, so we'll give you the benefit of the doubt.
Thank you, Peter. I hope I can live up to that. It's interesting that stories that we hear, it's all about human beings. And this is what makes business happen. It's never about a plan or a system that's going to outdo everybody else. It's always a person dealing with another person that makes a business a success. The three problems that Peter is asking me, I meet businesses from all sizes. So looking at the smaller size, usually it's of course the sales, which is a lot of things that you already mentioned, how to find the leads, how to then funnel them, how to close the deals, and then to retain them. And I always say, learn to become a farmer, stop being a hunter. Farming means you keep that client forever. Farming means you don't have to keep hunting every day. This is what really makes a good business person. This is why they say referral is the best source of new clients. Referral means people speak good and highly of you. Hunters usually don't leave a good reputation behind because they leave carcasses behind. The second thing, when I talk about the mid-sized businesses, we of course deal with the issues that come out of team building. As soon as you have the power of leveraging others to make money for you, then you are a real business person, because now you're not only depending on your own power to succeed and survive, you are now utilizing your team's efforts to make you a success. I had 55 people working for me when I sold, and I still continue to claim it is on their shoulders that I rose. It wasn't me. Putting your ego behind you is the biggest thing about team building, and quite often a lot of our clients in that kind of scale usually require that help. Amongst the larger businesses that we talk to or I talk to, it's really the question of how to strategically plan their business. What do I do from here on? Where do I go from here? I am now approaching 60 or 50 or whatever their age is. My son's no longer interested because maybe I'm too overpowering. Maybe I am the one who's keeping them in my shadow. How do I plan for succession? Do I sell? Do I buy and expand more because I have nothing else to fall back on in my life? My goodness, isn't that a sad state of affairs when a person comes to you and says, you know, I'm going to die in this office because that's all I know? They've already buried their identity in their job. And if that's what defines them, I think that really is such a waste of cleverness, but wisdom sacrificed. Just a few points, my friend.
Shashir, thank you very much indeed. Thank you so very much. I would encourage all of you on this call to reach out to Shashir. Okay, if you hope you don't mind me saying that, Shashir. Okay, because you've got so much expertise to share. I'm looking forward to getting on a call with you soon as well. All right, who's next? Yvonne.
Okay, thank you, Peter. Okay, now as many of you know, I do different things. I'm a coach, consultant, et cetera, et cetera. What I want to focus on, the three problems of business owners, whether you're a business owner of one, you're a solopreneur, or you're a business owner of up to 500 with 500 employees. It doesn't matter. Three significant problems. And these are for business owners in the United States and Canada. Number one, protecting their personal identity. Identity theft is at an all-time high. And protecting Your personal identity involves your protecting your reputation. This goes for you personally and for your business as well. So the second problem is protecting your business from cyber attacks. Your reputation, you're losing your clients' information, your clients or customers' information. How do you recover from a cyber attack? It's a huge problem in the United States and Canada right now. Other countries, but these are the two countries that I serve with my business. And the third problem is that every business owner needs to have on their team an attorney, a lawyer. 90% of us cannot afford to hire an attorney because in the United States, for example, the average attorney hourly rate is $300. So for many of us, we could do with an attorney to help us with just answering a simple question, but we don't use it because we can't afford it. So one of the problems, and I'll give you a quick example of what an advantage it is to have an attorney on your side. Someone, in fact, she's a friend of mine, she opened a restaurant on the east coast of Florida where I lived before moving here 2 years ago. And there's a thing, I'm making this as quickly as I can. There's a hood or something that's supposed to suction the air out so that when you go in the restaurant, you don't come out smelling of all the food. And she, of course, she didn't know exactly who to go to. She looked up people and she found a contractor. He charged her $3,600. She deposited 50% as agreed. When the inspector came back, he said, oh, no, this is useless. This is for homes. This is not what you need. The one that you're going to need is going to cost about $7,000. She tried and tried and tried. The contractor basically blew her off, said, tough, I've already installed it. I've used my time and my materials. Your responsibility. She had this protection, legal protection. She called the attorney, one letter from the attorney to the man. Her check for $1,800 was sent back to the attorney. She was able to get it back. That's the power of having an attorney on your side. I would love to, I'm not here to sell you, but I'm here to educate you. So if anyone would like to find out, if you're in the United States or Canada and you'd like to find out more, I'm happy to have a conversation with you because we need to have an attorney on our side, especially in this day of litigation and cyber attacks and identity theft. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you, Yvonne. Very well said. And it's a scary topic. There's no doubt about that. Cybercrime and identity theft, it's just, I can't get my head around that, really. I really can't. But it's real, isn't it? That's the point. It's real and it's happening every single day. And it's maybe only a matter of time before it happens to us, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Penny, what about you? I'd love to hear what you have to say.
Mine's a little different.
It always is.
Yeah, right? So prospects, when they come to me, the three issues they have generally, on average, are weight, gut health, and joint pain. Sometimes wrinkles, that kind of thing, but it all ties into your body and what you do. So we focus on that. Now, what I've had to do is learn my client. I have clients that need that hard push, need that yelling, you can do this, you've got this, that kind of thing. But I also have clients, you do that, they'll walk away. So it was personally getting to know my clients. And be able to pivot from one to another. Like yesterday morning, I had somebody that I needed to yell at, literally, and that is hard for me because I'm not the type of, you've got this, do it, right? I find that really tough on me and it's draining, but that's what they need and they're here for them. And on the same aspect, it goes from somebody who knows a lot about health to somebody that doesn't even know how much water they're supposed to drink, right? So it's that learning curve. So I've had to pivot a few times. And what I've learned to do is I started doing little extras for them, like running little, whoever loses this much or gets this fat percentage down, we're doing this contest, you'll get this for free. Or I started 2 different chat groups, ones that know a lot about exercise and fitness and eating and nutrition versus ones that are brand new and just starting, right? That don't know anything. And I convey with them 3 times a week in that chat. And now they're conveying with each other to support each other and help each other out. So it kind of worked in my favor that everybody's like a family. And for all of them that live around here, every Sunday morning, we have a get together from 9 till 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And it's on me, and we will play a game, we will discuss, we will do weigh-in and measurements, whatever they want to do, but there's always Baileys and coffee. So it all depends, right? Like on what they're looking for, but it's always health-based for me. And that is a true passion.
You always are passionate, Penny Kennedy. That's the one thing about you, there's no doubt about it. Thank you so much, Penny. By the way, interesting point you alluded to there. One of the biggest problems I find when people first talk with me is they don't have clarity about the problem that they can solve in the first place. They think they do, but they don't know. They are not really sure about where they want to go, who they want to help, they just want to make money. That's some of the things, right? Secondly, if they don't have clarity about what they can do, then how in the heck can other people resonate and relate to them? So I try to show them by having memorable experiences with people, okay? And by the way, memorable experiences don't mean enjoyable ones. It means getting to the truth, okay? Sometimes that can hurt. But if you get people to the truth of what's really important to them, what really is the problem that's facing them, then you can provide the most valuable service. It doesn't matter what you are providing. Food for thought, okay? Anyway, that was my 2 cents worth. Marlon, the Philippine connection, over to you.
Maybe Sandy want to introduce himself first.
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me now?
No.
No. Yes, we can hear you, Martin.
Oh, you God! Don't do that to me. I had to change out my computer.
Sandy,
wow.
Let me tell you, Martin. Can I come back to you then?
Yes, sure.
Because I got the impression you much rather have Sandy talk rather than you. But no, I don't want to put you in a box. Sandy Murray. The topic is, what are your clients' 3 biggest problems? And welcome back.
Okay, so let me go at it here because I wanted to get back and share this information. Is the first thing that I get is a lot of questions about social media, how to use it, how to use Facebook, how to use LinkedIn. I get a number of questions like that. The other questions I get from people is traffic. How do I get free traffic? And even how do I get paid traffic? So that's the type of thing. And one more is, I guess they talk about, of course, sales, closing sales, that type of thing as well, right? So, I mean, to be honest with you, it just varies to such an extent about, it depends on where the individual is and you know what they're struggling with. But sometimes it's the most simplest things that they just haven't learned how, we'll say, to use Facebook properly or set up a group or do a banner. I mean, it's just unbelievable. But anyway, it's all enjoyable is what I could say, because I get the opportunity to help people. So anyway, I think that's about all I really want to share with you. And I'm so glad to be back.
Yeah, we missed you, Sandy.
Yeah, I know. I saw the tears. I saw everybody crying.
Carol Davies.
We were getting ready to rend our garments. We were missing you so much.
Oh my God. Anyway, that's enough from me. I'm going to just, let's listen into, what Marlon has to say.
Well, I'm going to leave Marlon for a moment so I can come up with something. And I'm going to go to Carol Davies.
Sorry. Yeah, good.
Well, I think some of the things that affect the customers or clients, that's one of the things I've always had trouble with, whether they're clients or customers. I look on people mostly as friends or potential friends, because I was in, big business for a long time, and I never quite liked that. And being in coaching, I don't know. For me, I guess one of the things, I'm going to talk from the point of view of problems that maybe coaches face. For me, it's categorizing people rather than seeing who I'm really working with. And I really took some value from what Shashir said, that we really have to look at what is the base value, what are we looking for? And I liked what he said about the hunters and the farmers, because in my view these days, a lot of coaches come through as hunters. And I get this daily almost, people are prospecting me on Facebook, and I've never had any contact with them or relation with them, and they're going to get me to, that next $10,000 a month, or if I'm going to get up to 5, 6, and 7 figures in like 2 months. It's things like that. And something I also picked up from other speakers today is the authenticity. You have to be authentic in yourself and create relationships with potential people you want to work with. That is so important. I have found that more and more. So when I get these prospecting emails or requests to be friends, I automatically delete them. I don't even think about them, except I'm almost tempted to say, well, you didn't create any relation with me, but I don't have the time to waste on going back and forth. I did that sometimes. It's just, to me, be honorable, be sincere, and have ethics. Those are the 3 things I would say, especially for coaches to have.
Thank you very much, Carol. Thank you very much. Ashwin.
Yes, hello. So the frustration that I face is that actually people think because being good at what they do is all they need. So, and that's a big mistake. And I discovered that myself in my own field also. You have to be able to market your services in a trustful manner, as Carol was saying. So people think just being the best chiropractor, the best dentist, the best, whatever business you're in is good, but that's not true at all. The other thing is that they get overwhelmed by all of this digital marketing, everybody singing a different song to them. They get frustrated and they get crazy. They go crazy. They say, I just want to do my work. I don't need all this headache. I want somebody to take off my shoulder. And they become, because of what Carol says, they go in an environment where unfortunately they don't know who to trust. And you show up, you could be like, how do they know who you are? How do you create that trust? Because how could they say, even though your intentions are good? So that's the challenge, really. The other thing was that we talked about the shiny object. And the other thing is that, again, they don't know how to hold their advertising dollar. For $1 they spend, they don't know from which area the revenue is coming, or if it's coming, if they send a postcard, if it's producing results or not. Because they all think about brand building, getting my name out there. But again, that's a big mistake too, at least in the beginning. So yeah, these are some of the frustration. Yeah.
Ashwin, very well said. Very, very well said. Thank you for that contribution. You hit some nails on the head. There's no doubt about that.
Right. And I would be interested if people have ideas, sorry to cut you off, of how to build the trust in the beginning. So we can maybe discuss that later or, yeah.
Well, I would encourage everyone to reach out and talk to you about it, because I'm pretty sure you've got things you can share with them, correct?
Yes.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Marlon, are you ready, or do I go to Pat Dreyer?
I'll go.
You've got to go, of course.
Yes.
You
I finally have the strength and the courage to
be
talk.
Be strong.
Anyway, this might not be the biggest challenges that most of our clients encounter, but in my 12 years of working with them as a tech and design VA, these are just the most common problems or challenges that they face. So number one, they're having hard time dealing with technology, and number two, with the design. So they have a lot of, especially those who are just starting out in in online marketing or starting their business online. They are so good at because of their background. For example, they are very good at marketing offline. They're very good with dealing with people. So they have a lot of crazy good ideas, but they just don't know how to put that online per se. A lot of them don't know how to work with funnels and building their websites, of course, and that takes them to problem number 3, hiring the right person to help them in building their business for them. Very common for people that just starting out in their online business is that they go to Fiverr and sites like that, and they end up hiring very cheap talents, very cheap people that are willing to work with them, and in a lot of cases it end up costing them more. They had to deal with developers that don't deliver or just run away, taking their money. So that's again, in my years of experience working with them, I hear a lot of those sad stories from my clients, and I'm not complaining. It's the reason why I have a job right now, and so I guess that's just to answer the question. Those are the top 3 challenges that I see my clients encounter. Having hard time dealing with technology, with design, and finding the right people to trust to help them in growing their business.
Marlon, you did very, very well. I'm very proud of you. Well done. Okay. And for those who know me even a little bit, you know that my whole mantra is creating memorable experiences for people, because you can run a business based on that, creating memorable experiences. And let me tell you, Marlon is the epitome of that. He actually has provided me with so many darn surprises, right? He's blown me away. So I want to say thank you to you publicly, Marlon. Not only are you good at what you do, but you practice what you preach. Well done. Well done indeed.
Actually, Marlon helps me too, and I want to thank him also.
There you go.
You're welcome. Always.
And come back next week, Marlon. No excuses, all right?
Yes.
Pat, lucky last, over to you, my man, and thank you for being patient.
Well, thank you, Peter. And Marlon, what a lovely family you get to enjoy when you're not working.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, most of you guys are coaches or help coaches. You're coaching people in business. You're catching up on people that have already gotten there. So they're already in business. They already know what they're doing, or they're trying to get help from somebody to get a little further. But when I'm in network marketing, what I deal with, and you guys do too, obviously, but what I deal with is what's between the ears. Yeah, these people, most of them are stuck in their current and their past environment, and everybody wants to be happy, healthy, and wealthy, but they have no idea how to go about it. And unfortunately, most of them are going to stay stuck there because of all the crap going on in their head, the limiting beliefs, and they don't understand that you're either growing or you're dying. But with network marketing, it's really not about the money. It's about what you can do with it. It's about attaining some freedom and helping others do the same. So what we look for is you're either ready for change or you're not. And I can't fix anyone's problems. That's their job. But if they're coachable and they're motivated and they can take direction, man, it's as simple as point, guide, and direct. And at that point, it's like feeding a hungry puppy. They just come back for more. So many of you heard this before, but network marketing is really a personal development program with a comp plan. And so when we find people that are ready, they're in the right place at the right time, and they stick with it, their hopes and dreams can become a reality. But man, it's their journey. I can only show the way, kind of like you guys. You can't make them do the work.
Thank you, Pat. Thank you very much indeed. Anyone want to have a last word? Because I've appreciated the contributions very much indeed. Anyone else want to say something?
Yeah. How do you like my, how do you like my donut?
Yeah.
Did you
it's only 6 a.m. here, so I guess it's time for me to run to the store.
I brought everybody a donut. Come on. You have to bring your own coffee, but I brought the donuts.
Thank you, Sandy.
No, the only thing I wanted to say is that I have gotten so much value today from everybody's presentations. And I also want to add my thanks to Marlon, who I've been doing some work with. He is an excellent business resource, and also he just has so much knowledge and just can answer so many questions that I just wanted to say thank you to him.
Thank you very much, Carol. I'd love to do that.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, Marlon, you make sure you get a copy of this, and you can keep that as a testimonial. All right. All right, everybody. Welcome again, Shashir. I hope you can come back and visit with us again. Your contribution was absolutely awesome. I really did appreciate that. And I want to thank all of you for your contribution as always. I truly appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. I wish you all a wonderful end of the week, and I look forward to seeing you the same time next week. Okay, take care. Bye for now.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks again, Peter. Cheers,
Thanks,
guys.
everyone. Have a beautiful day.